Namaste. Welcome to October
2014. Oh my goodness, here we are. And what a ride we've had through September. You know, there have been so many events that happened that certainly were validating of the explosion energy that was on our planet during September. I mean, it was really a big month.
I think in a sense we're so accustomed to the continued rapidity, the continued escalation.
Insanity was the word I was going to use.
Well, there's a little of that. But things have been moving, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. I mean, they really have. And we had, also I think it's quite profound that we had this extraordinary UN conference on climate change, and that there was an explosion in awakening around people coming forward and saying, enough, you know, our planet has had enough, we have had enough, things need to shift. And this is part of that explosion energy. We also saw some extraordinary posturing globally as far as our geopolitical climate, what's happening in many countries. The Ebola virus started exploding on the scene. There were a lot of things that exploded in September. But the key, the lotus, the bud, the center is you. What exploded for you in September? And really allowing these first days of October to be about recognizing that the month of October is about the inward journey as a sacred union with the soul. This is a month about union. It's about partnership, and most importantly, the inward journey of union with the soul.
You know, how would it be for you if you knew you were going to visit a sacred site and you were just on your way there and you have your journal in hand and bring to closure that which you're leaving behind and kind of be available for that which is coming? Because that which is coming is that inward communion with your own sacred self.
Yeah.
At least that's what we suggest you focus on.
Well, especially as, remember that October 8th, we have 2 eclipses this month. I mean, this is an extremely powerful month because we open up on October 8th with a full lunar eclipse. Now remember, this is happening on the 8th, and you can look at all the astrology somewhere else, but the most important piece of this is opening up in the harmony of the infinite. The 8 is a very powerful, powerful symbolic number. When we take the 8 and lay it on its sides, the infinite appears. The lunar eclipse, a full lunar eclipse, means we are birthing a feminine aspect of our universal inward journey that is saying to you, you have the courage, you have the freedom, you have the opportunity to live the truth of who you are. And that's a really powerful, this is a game changer, you know, this is big.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this dance, you know, on a lunar eclipse is a dance between the sun and the moon. And as we look at the moon energy that's coming forward, it invites that inward journey even more.
Yeah.
That's why I suggest use this first week to get ready, then go inward, journal, reflect, meditate, sing, but be in that quiet, connective space, not that outrageous extroverted space. You can do that later.
But you can also be there with the recognition that, and this is what's so important, my angels. So we have this October, you know, from the very end of September, from around September 28th to October 8th, we're in this moment of really starting to go inward. We're all about the inward journey, really looking at, okay, this is a month where it's about divine union with the soul as the primary aspect. However, building to October 8th, where we have this full lunar eclipse, which is going to have a powerful resonance with people on a lot of levels, because if you're hiding, if you're unable to be integrous, if you're unable to deeply look at your inward journey, then what you're going to discover is a depth of chaos in every relationship you have. And so pay attention. This is a month of relationships, because from the 8th until we get to the 23rd. On the 23rd, we have a partial solar eclipse. It's a big energy partial solar eclipse. It's on the 23rd. It's in the numerology of a 5. This is a very powerful solar eclipse, because this is going to be the eclipse that's going to invite you to doubt yourself. This one was when that masculine is going to come back up and say, dogma versus inner wisdom. Traditional medicine versus alternative medicine, saving the planet versus harvesting oil and getting jobs, short-sightedness versus long-term recognitions. This is, the 23rd is when everything is going to come steaming in, and unless you have done the inner journey, unless you have anchored that, you're gonna be challenged by the end of the month, and it's gonna start with that lunar, that solar eclipse on the 23rd, because it's gonna call out to that inner wisdom and start saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Do you really believe what you're saying? Are you really anchored in your spiritual truth, or are you just saying the words? It's going to be a beautiful moment for people who are unifying the oneness.
Yeah, yeah. So there's really a couple of important jewels here. One is to remember that our inner foundation, our inner conscious connection with your divinity is what allows you to be safe during a time of transition. It allows you to feel secure within yourself and connected to your guidance. This is critical because everything else is shifting. And to the capacity in your circumstances that you can cultivate union. And whether it's union with your soul, union with your partner,
union with your family, with your work, everything.
Be conscious of your connections.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really the bottom line here. Come from a place of authenticity. Make time for the connections. Mm-hmm. Create the space to nourish that, because this is what's essential as you move forward.
You know, years ago, I remember having a discussion with someone who said, you know, I've learned that in order to have friends, you have to be a friend. And this is a month where you need to be a friend to yourself. So in order to have that union with the body, that union with the soul, in order to lead a soul-based life, what can you do for you? How can you allow yourself to really be at the focus of this inward journey? Because as you do, you will be more available for everything that's going to be happening around you. This is not anything that's self-involved. This is not self-centered. We're sharing with you that this is the invitation to realize that if you take off the veils, if you take off the self-imposed hiding, and you have the courage to just be yourself, just flow into that, then this inward journey will propel you to places of miracles, places of serendipitous people coming towards you, ways that you can harness, and then these eclipses will be accelerations. It'll be, you know, a burst of power, and a burst of power versus a hit of power that could knock you down.
Because consider that people that are not paying attention, those that are leading lives that are less conscious, are leading lives of habit.
Exactly.
Their reactions and their worlds are a habitual interaction. And now we have these lunar energies happening. These are habit breakers.
Yeah,
this is
sure.
your opportunity
to this
dissolve
is
the patterns.
Yes.
And that's why the inward piece is essential, so that you have your compass, your heart, your guidance is clearly in your field of view. Yeah. And you're connected and enjoying it.
Yeah. And so the challenge that I would say is in front of most beings right now is not to be persuaded by mainstream. And please, you know, engage to the level of your comfort. However, engage as a witness who through the inner journey can smile that everything's unfolding, versus engaging the emotionality of anger, resentment, repugnance, superiority, grandiosity, a lot of that going on.
Or getting hung up on grief and regret.
Yeah.
That's another face of judgment.
And so judgment is really up. It's time for judgment to say adios. It's time to let go of the self-judgment. It's time to let go of judging what's happening. And it's time to go inward. Let this month be about you, because November and December, we're out there, baby. And so allow this gift as 2015 is looming, and we're going to be sharing a lot more about that starting with the November predictions. But as 2015 is looming, take the gift that October is. It's a gift. Harmonize. Let the union of the oneness of the divine body and soul come together. Look at all of the partnerships and relationships around you, and let this month blossom and anchor. And those that are not meant to be in your life, this is the perfect month to let them just dissolve. It's time. You're ready. The world is ready. And here we are.
Here we are. And here we shall be. And if you're in your reflection, in your journaling, you feel you need a little assistance, loving stimulation, join us in December for a personal healing journey where you receive the attention you need to get on with it.
Exactly.
To get on with your fabulous life.
And if by the time you get to our website that's sold out, because it's darn near close right now, go to our home study programs, go to the Self-Ascension Classroom and do something for you. Give yourself that gift, call it in, do it from home, let it be easy, and celebrate you. We celebrate you. We celebrate October 2014. We are opening with a full lunar eclipse, we are closing with a partial solar eclipse, and we are fueling up for the next 2 months ahead. Namaste, beloved ones.